Hello chess lovers, Suren here, and in this video I want to share with you a very exciting game played between two Polish chess players, Piotrowski and Jerzy Sokolow. The game was played in 1971 at the 12th Polish Correspondence Championship. In this game, Piotrowski had white pieces and he opened up with e4, to which Sokolow responded with e5, Nf3 Nc6, bishop b5. Spanish game is on the board, a6, more free defense, and white goes for the exchange variation bishop takes c6, d takes c6, white castled kingside and black pinned white knight, h3, and instead of moving away his bishop, Sokolow played h5, a very aggressive approach, and this is actually a theory. Capturing on g4 is not good because after h takes g4, black will win back the sacrificed piece. If you move away your knight, then queen h4 can follow. That's why to h5 white answered with d3, queen f6, knight bd2, b5. With this move, black is deviating from the main theory. Usually in here, black is playing knight e7 followed by knight g6 and then knight f4. Thus, black is immediately transporting his knight to the battlefield. But instead, to knight bd2, we have b5 answered. Rook e1, bishop c5, c3, rook d8, queen c2, knight e7, b4, bishop a7, bishop b2, knight g6, d4, and knight f4. Finally, black brought into life that standard knight maneuver and did it at the cost of sacrificing the central e5 pawn. But accepting it can be catastrophic for white. For example, if d takes e5, then queen g6, and yes, white is in trouble. Or after knight f4, if move like knight takes e5, then this time black can go for bishop takes h3 move, and again white is losing. If g takes h3, then you can immediately lose the game. And actually after knight f4, black is creating bishop takes h3 threat, right? Here white played h4, moved away his pawn from that vulnerable h3 square, knight g6. All the time black is targeting white's h-pawn, and also this time black is freeing the f4 square for the queen. After d takes e5, black queen occupied that attacking square. Knight d4, knight takes h4, and g3. Well, so far so good. White was defending, but once white is making g3 move, his position collapses. At this point it was better to play rook e3, and then if needed, rook g3 can follow, thus safeguarding white king. But instead, after knight takes h4, we see g3. As we have reached the critical position, please pause the video and try to find black's next move. Ready? It turns out that by playing g3, white made this f3 square vulnerable, and relying on that fact, Jerzy Sokolow pulled out a brilliant combination. In here, he went for a queen sacrifice. Accepting the queen sacrifice can be catastrophic. All white could do was to play c takes d4, but let's take a look what if g takes f4. Then this time black can go for rook takes d2. If queen takes d2, then knight f3, 4 can follow. And if you move away your queen, let's just make a random move, then knight f3 check. If king g2, then rook takes f2 check. If king g3, then rook h2. And now if you cover the f2 square, then this time rook h3 can come, and then knight h4 checkmate. Truly a sadistic checkmate, right? Let's not forget that this was a correspondence game, and quite possibly during his analysis, Sokolow had this position on the board. Let's go back. In our game after rook takes d4, we see c takes d4, and another blow, which again emphasizes the vulnerability of f3 square, queen takes d2. If queen takes d2, then knight f3 check, and what are we getting after knight f3 check, king g2, knight takes d2. Black has two pieces against the rook. The knight can occupy this nice outpost and can create too many problems for white. The engine gives black more than -4 advantage. In our game, to queen takes d2, white answered with queen takes c6 check, and bishop d7, queen a8 check, king e7, queen takes h8. White is totally neglecting the fact that his king is in danger and is going after the rook on h8. And now let's see how Sokolow finished up his opponent. Here we have knight f3 check, king h1 and queen takes f2 with a direct mating threat. Queen takes h5, and after this beautiful bishop g4 move, black forced a resignation. Of course, at this point even knight takes e1 is winning, but bishop g4 is a more accurate move. The queen is hanging, and also there is this knight takes e1 threat. The bishop is of course untouchable because of queen h2 checkmate, and if you move away your queen still keeping an eye on h2, then knight takes e1, and this time bishop f3 is the threat in case you play rook takes e1. And if you move like queen h4 check, then simply f6. If it takes f6 check, then king f7, and white king is in a mating net. That's why after this staggering bishop g4 move, Piotrowski capitulated. Well, that was a very beautiful and impressive attack, which I hope that you enjoyed greatly, and of course also feel free to share with your friends as well. In the end, a chess puzzle for you, where the task is to find the winning line for white. It's white to move, and I will wait for your answer in the comment section. Thanks for watching. In the end, feel free to check out my early uploads as well. I will see you in my next video. Take care.